Jack, how satisfying is that when it's another top 4 rival potentially that you've picked off and kept them pointless?
Yeah, it's a big thing keeping them pointless, but it's also kind of opened up the gap between us and them, and not only kept us at the right end of the table, it's starting to push the teams below slightly further away. So it's a very good result.
Alice just said that there wasn't no harsh words at half time, just a more calm approach, and second half you really up your game.
Yeah, we were just a lot more clinical on what we did. There was no kind of spectacular performances in individual kind of occurrences. It was just doing the simple things really well, and there was certainly more of an emotional buy-in in that second half. You can start to see kind of celebrations of little turnovers and big hits really coming out from the boys. And it started to show what it meant.
And obviously it sets you up nicely for Saracens next week. Top of the table clash, you can't get any better than that.
Yeah, first versus second, back on a Saturday, which is nice to play on a Saturday again. Yeah, it's always going to be a tough challenge going up there, especially as the league position stands now. It's going to be a pretty exciting game. In
terms of today, were you a little bit frustrated going in at half time that you created chances but didn't really take them?
Yeah, a tiny little bit. It's just kind of getting those two kind of 40-minute performances and combining them to get a whole game plan. At the moment, there's little areas that we're not quite switching on in fully, and we're not quite buying into. And the first half again was only small things. It wasn't massive things we needed to change, and it started clicking the second half. And again, just doing some things well and putting in kind of good performances around the pitch started to come together.
At the same time, though, we're at the business end, and results are what matters. And again, you've ground out a really big result. Last week was a good one, Bath a few weeks ago. Today, you're keeping yourself in there firmly in the mix and targeting potentially a home semi-final now, I'd imagine.
Certainly, yeah. There's only limited games left, and we keep looking at it as when you're going well, you don't want things to end, and that's one way of looking at it. We don't want the season to end. Why work hard all season and then kind of not see it through, not finish it off the chance when you've got it? Because then if you don't finish it off, you've got to start from go again. So there's so much more left in the season, and first of all secure top 4, and then we'll look to achieve what we can.
Today's been a great result. Last night, great result for English rugby, and 2 of our lads Grand Slam winners. As a local lad with other local lads, it's a great thing, isn't it, for the club and the region?
Yeah, it's fantastic for the club, and credit to Dickie and Nosey. They've won a Grand Slam. Not many players can go around saying that, can they? It's the first time England have won it in 13 years. So absolutely outstanding for them, outstanding for the club, and outstanding for the country as well. As
someone who's local, they can be seen as a catalyst now for boys that are in the academy process and everything to come through now and really show a stepping stone for them to adhere to.
Certainly, yeah. There has been a lot of players in recent years that have come through our academy structure and are now kind of pushing on for first team appearances and more. And they're prime examples. Those 2 boys there. And there's certainly more boys that are on the fringes of it and starting to filter through as well. So, yeah, full credit to them, and it just shows how well our academy is kind of pushing boys through.
Fantastic, thanks mate.